What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld Podcast, and we're going to be jumping into Week 8 of the 2019 NFL season, starting off with the Seahawks and the Falcons. Now, you wouldn't have guessed that Matt Ryan didn't play. Apparently, he's been nicked up after the last game that he played, ankle injury, something going on with him. I don't know. He was limited in practice. He didn't play. Matt Schwab, bruh. This dude right here, dog, he had like 400 and something yards. It was wild to see that this was going on because a couple things, right? The Seahawks pretty much had full control of this game. Couple plays, DK Metcalf, that one play when he just double moved the corner and just couldn't keep himself in bounds, but then came back later and scored anyway. The Seahawks had full control, but late in the game, it looks like the game was closer than it actually should have been. It wasn't like that. The Seahawks completely dominated this game, but Matt Schwab throwing for that many yards was kind of wild. You could say garbage time, whatever, but it's still ridiculous to see that happen. But again, this dude right here, Matty Ice, bro, I don't know what that guy's doing, but it looks like Matt Schwab might take the job, though, like low key, bro. I don't know. We have to go back and take a look at it, but if you guys watched the game the way that I did, I don't know. I knew the Falcons were going to lose the game regardless of who played, but it looked kind of interesting to see the way that it kind of turned around in the second half. The Eagles and the Bills, I was very, very impressed with the Eagles because the Bills is one of those teams where we were kind of convinced defensively that they're a very, very good team. And the Eagles did whatever they wanted to do. They ran the ball all over them and did whatever. And it's very, very wild week to week, the way that we start to see the way teams play. And the only one that really has consistency are the Patriots. Like, you know what you're going to get from the Patriots, and you just get it. These other teams, bro, like, they'll come in week to week, and it'll just be an outrageous, debacle. Like, this wasn't supposed to happen like that to the Bills at home, but the Eagles needed this win, especially after losing to the Cowboys so embarrassingly. This was something that had to happen, and it did. Carson Wentz looked a lot better than he did the previous week, so, we have to wait to see how the rest of the season goes with both of these teams. But the Bills, after they gave the Patriots such a huge fight, I didn't expect them to get dominated by anyone going forward, but I was wrong. The Chargers and the Bears, this was a heartbreaker for the Bears, man. It was a real heartbreaker, the way that this game turned out. Close game all the way through, obviously. End of the game, it just didn't work out the way it was supposed to for the Bears. It's just not looking good for them, man. I don't know what they're doing. You got Melvin Gordon getting his first rush TD, bro. Like, it's just too many things happening. And like I said, I'm looking at it like the way they ended the first half. It was just so, like, I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with the Bears. But, the Chargers had to get a win. They got one. Chargers have been very, very disappointing anyway. But we have to see what happens going forward. 3-5. Can they make a push? Anything is possible. So we'll see how that really works out. But I think for the most part, people have kind of written the Chargers off, especially with the abundance of injuries that they have received. The Giants and the Lions. This one was a really, really interesting game because Matthew Stafford, like I told you guys in the previous podcast, he's been playing well. 7 pass TDs in the last 2 games. The Giants, they just keep showing me, a couple things. Number one, Saquon is the real deal. If you put that guy on the Dallas Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl, no questions asked. That man plays like Zeke played in college. Like he's playing like a man on a mission. And unfortunately for him, I know that, every time I talk about this, it's like, the Giants did get some upgrades on the O-line. They got this guy. They traded for this guy. But you could look at it. They hiked the ball and dudes are in the backfield. It's very, very hard for the quarterback and the running back to be able to make plays like that. And, the Lions came out and handled their business. I'm completely shocked that Matthew Stafford is playing this well. I'm shocked because this guy at one point had Calvin Johnson and was doing whatever he wanted. And then eventually, it turns out to be like this, where he doesn't have anybody remotely as talented as that. Galladay had a touchdown, whatever, but he's absolutely not, Calvin. But you got to give that guy a lot of credit. The Raiders and the Texans. The Raiders have to be disgusted right now. Raider fans have to be throwing up in their mouths. They have to be like, what is this? Because this dude, Deshaun Watson, man, you saw that play when he's rolling to the right, just threw a dot. Like, he's so talented, it's unbelievable. And I don't know, like, is he Houdini? Like, what is he? How does this guy keep getting away with doing this? It's such an unbelievable thing that this guy does on a regular basis. And it becomes a situation where it's like, how? The Raiders played extremely well, and they just lost this game. It came down to who's going to make the last play. And Deshaun Watson made it. And that's pretty much all that it is. But the Raiders played so hard, and you have to give them some credit because a lot of people thought that they wouldn't be able to do much. The Antonio Brown debacle, a lot of things like that, it became crazy. And you look at it now, you're like, Wow, bro, okay. You know, they're playing pretty well. J.J. Watt is probably going to be out for an extended period of time. I don't really like that going forward for the Texans, but it was a very, very exciting game. The Jets and the Jaguars. Bro, this dude Gardner Minshew, though. You know what I'm saying? Dude having career highs. Yo, are we going to keep Nick Foles, though, over there? Like, what's going to happen with the Jags? Like, did you pay him all that money to have him just watch, Gardner Minshew? Because realistically, even if he's ready to go, I don't think you could take this guy out right now. The Jets are just doing whatever they want after they just got straight demolished. But listen, the Patriots took care of them, and I don't think they're going to be the same team for the rest of the year. But let's just be serious, though. Nick Foles, what is going to happen? Leave it in the comments, bro. Like, what's going to happen with this guy? What can he do to get his job back? Because everybody is going Minshew crazy. Every single person, no matter who I talk to. Yo, you see Minshew? Yo, Minshew this, Minshew that. I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen with that situation, but that's all I've been thinking about because this young man is playing so well. You cannot take him out. It's not like the Drew Brees thing, because everybody knows Drew Brees is Drew Brees. But Nick Foles won a Super Bowl, and he's probably not going to get this job back. If he does, I don't think they'll play the same, and that's just my opinion. And like I said before, the Jets, I don't know what they're doing. The Bengals and the Rams, of course, you're supposed to beat the Bengals. This game was a lot tougher than it looked. Cooper Kupp went wild, 220 receiving yards. He's doing whatever he wants. But again, the Bengals are a very bad team. I think a lot of Pop Warner, like 9-year-old kids, could go out there and just putting up yards against the Bengals. Very, very disgusting display what they're doing right now. I have a feeling that people are going to start getting fired immediately. Like, they're not going to wait till the end to start firing dudes. The janitor, everybody, the whole staff, just fire everybody because the way that they're playing right now, something has to change. It's absolutely 100% disgusting. And I know it's unfortunate that everybody has to get fired, but when teams are playing like this, action has to be taken immediately. The Cardinals and the Saints, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Latavius Murray, 4 scrimmage yards, TDs. He's doing whatever he wants. But other than that, Drew Brees came out. He didn't lose a step. He made throws that he's supposed to make. Now, that doesn't mean that Teddy Bridgewater wouldn't have still won the game. It just means that Drew Brees is a good quarterback. Because remember, you lose the feel for anything. It doesn't matter what you do. If you get away from it for a while, you lose the feel of doing that one thing. But this didn't happen. Drew Brees came out, you know what I'm saying, bro? Extending plays, throwing dots, doing what he has to do. He's deadly accurate. And that's his major talent. So, for Saint fans, you guys lucked out. You were able to go out there and, do what you needed to do and get wins when Drew Brees was hurt. He beat his rehab by a week like he predicted, and he went out there and balled. You can't really knock it. But there is no QB controversy in New Orleans. Okay? The Jaguars are completely different. There is no QB controversy. Like, that's Drew Brees, and that guy is Teddy Bridgewater. That's it. For me, that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Anything after that, we could talk about it. Buccaneers and Titans. Mike Evans was doing whatever he wanted, having his way with them all game, bro. And the Buccaneers still allowed the Titans to win this game. Very, very, very disappointing. When I say Mike Evans was doing whatever he wanted, there were several plays. Not only the fade route in the end zone, but when they had like a long down and distance, and Jameis Winston just throws the ball to the right side of the field, and Mike Evans just goes up and gets it. What was it? I think it was they were playing 3 deep man coverage. And Mike Evans was just doing whatever he wanted, man. It was wild stuff going on. I don't understand how you allow the Titans to come back and win this. This is just ridiculous, man, in so many different aspects. And I don't understand how it actually happened. But again, it is what it is. That's the way it turned out. But again, I just don't know what we're doing with the Buccaneers, man. I really just don't know. It's really, really wild what's going on there. And somebody's going to have to fix something. The Panthers and the 49ers, 51 points. 51 points. Bro, the most points since week 16 of 1993. What are the Panthers doing? Other than McCaffrey getting a couple of runs that, caused a lot of people to win their fantasy leagues, the Panthers was completely, they obliterated them. And this guy, Nick Bosa, like, what is this dude doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy is outrageous. Every game, I've been telling you guys, every game you're looking to see what he's going to do that's going to be spectacular. For his game last night, he just went out, punched somebody in the face, almost went for 6 after interception, 3 sacks. Like, this guy's doing whatever he wants. Somebody needs to block this guy. Like, that's my only recommendation. Like, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I get hired, my job's going to be like, listen, yo, bro, we're playing the 49ers. I block Nick Bosa. Like, and then I'm going to get a raise. Because I don't think anybody realizes that they have to block this guy. Why is he always just in the backfield having a party? Stop letting him do that. I know it's easier said than done, but why is he continuously doing this every week? You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody has to do something about this. It's crazy, but the 49ers are looking like bruh, like the 49ers of old, like Jerry Rice, Steve Young, Joe Montana. Like, what is happening out there? Broncos and the Colts. The Broncos should have won this game. The Broncos, you got Adam Vinatieri just doing whatever he wants, like he's still with the Patriots, kicking go-ahead field goals, 51-yarders, dog, with 22 seconds left. Listen, let me tell you something about the Broncos. This is Joe Flacco, though, like Joe Flacco, like whatever his name is. Like, what are you out there doing? What's happening right now? Because this is starting to really aggravate me, and I knew this was going to happen when John Elway thought he had a good quarterback when he was trading for him. Like, look, he got you. God bless that man and his family. He was able to get the NFL to pay him because of that Super Bowl win. They should have paid him before the Super Bowl win. Because they waited, they had to pay him more. The dude is the man, bro. Like, look, you can't take nothing away from him. Listen, he got paid, but we all know what he's doing, bro. Everybody knows what he's doing. When it comes down to it, he's not going to make those plays. Simple as that. Browns and the Patriots. Congratulations to Bill Belichick. 300 win club. It's only two other coaches to do that. But let's go ahead and talk about the Browns and Baker Mayfield almost having a butt fumble action. Now, what was that play he was doing where he tried to toss the ball up and he tossed it right to a Patriot? Like, what was that? Like, it just reminded me of the butt fumble. I don't know what you guys are thinking about it, but I'm like, what is this guy doing? This guy leaks. Baker Mayfield leaks running off at the mouth about Daniel Jones. And Daniel Jones is actually having a better year than him. But not only that, it's more ridiculous because he has so much offensive talent. This is why you don't run your mouth about people. You can feel that, but you just don't say it. Like a lot of us have thoughts that we feel, but we just don't say it because it's like, yo, we don't need to put that kind of thing out into the world. Baker actually got that on tape, saying that, what are they doing? What would they draft him? And then look at this. And then it looks like by the time the year's over, Daniel Jones is going to probably, have a better year than this guy. And he has all this stuff. OBJ is done with him. He's giving out OBJ cleats to Tom Brady right in front of him. Like, it's a disgusting debacle there. I don't know what's going on, bro, but the Browns are completely disappointing. And Freddie Kitchens is about to get fired instantly. Packers and the Chiefs. This guy, Aaron Jones, man, 226 scrimmage yards, 2 TDs, 41.6 fantasy points. This guy destroyed a lot of people's lives. Let's just put it what it is, bro. This dude right here, I needed Jamal Williams. I needed him to do some stuff. They would not take Aaron Jones out the game. This guy comes in late, what was it, the second half when he ran that screenplay. What's going on over there, bro? And the Chiefs, what is happening over here, bro? You better get Patrick Mahomes. Listen, I would play Patrick Mahomes with no arms. Like, I'm at that point right now. I don't care about anything else that's going on. Patrick Mahomes is needed for this team right now. He better get out there. And it's going to be very, very tough for them to continue to, come right back when he gets in. Because, like I said, people need some time to get up and going again. But it was crazy the way the Packers demolished them. The Packers are looking like the real deal, guys. So be careful because Aaron Rodgers is out there throwing the hottest dots ever. He looks like he's going out of bounds and throwing dots to Jamal Williams. It was a wild situation going on. But ultimately, the Kansas City Chiefs, they don't play defense. So that's number one. And you need Patrick Mahomes out there. You can't take Patrick Mahomes out of that system and expect to win games there. Point blank, period. End of story. It is what it is. I want to thank all of you guys for joining me for the Week 8 2019 podcast. Be sure to know that you can download these podcasts for free on iTunes, Android, iHeartRadio, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all GmiasWorld Podcasts. Thank you guys so much for watching. You have a great day, and I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love.